welcome to my channel. My name is Chua. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Let's go to the video. So I'll fold my fabric into two. You always make sure you fold your fabric into two places, while the measurement will be taken on this side and I will be trimming the other side off at the end of the day. So I'll first of all mark my starting point, and bear in mind that all the measurements will be divided into two. Sleeves are usually divided into two. So all the measurement that will be taken from that starting point that I did. So I will go in by 5, which is my bicep. So my bicep is 5. So how I got 5 was that I placed my tape previously on my shoulder, then I measure it to my armpit side, like where I want the sleeve, like how I want my armhole to be. So I measured it that way. So I measured my elbow, then I placed it, then the full length of the sleeve. So the three measurements that will be needed is your bicep, your elbow, and your wrist. Those are the three measurements that will be using. Very important. So for taking long sleeve measurements, so I'm just going to rule them out. So after taking the vertical measurement, I will now proceed to take the horizontal measurement. But before I do that, I'm going to place my armhole on my sleeve. So my armhole is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So to derive that now, I'm just going to go in by 3. Then that will determine where I'm going to place my 2.5. That's basically why we are going in. So I'll divide my bicep into 2. Then I'll place that 2. I'll now go in by 2.5. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So I'll place it directly underneath that 3 that I went in by. So that will now determine where my curve is going to be connecting. So that's that's why we are going in by 3. So now I'm going to place my bicep, my horizontal measurement, because it is needed for me to get that curvy shape, to know where to stop while making my curve. So I'll place my stitch allowance also. After getting this now, so we are now going to draw our armhole curve for the long sleeve. So how we are going to do this, actually you can draft this freehand, but if you are new to this, it's better you use a French curve. So I'm going to place it like this from the starting point, then I'll stop at that place I made my dot for the 2.5. So I'll draw it like this, facing down. Then I'll now place my French curve facing up like you see. Then I'll now draw it like this. Then I'll stop at that place I got my stitch allowance for my bicep. So at the end of the day, I'm going to come up with this very beautiful curve, and that's how you get your long sleeve armhole curve, basic armhole curve for your sleeve. So now we are going to rule out our elbow horizontal measurement plus the stitch allowance, then also our wrist. Then for our, see, I forgot to put this. You need basically three measurements. I can't remember if I mentioned it. Your bicep, your elbow, and your wrist measurements. And all these measurements will be divided into two. Like, you don't divide them into four, it's always divided into two. Sleeve measurement is divided into two. So I'm going to place my wrist measurement there. Then I'll now connect it like this, like you see me doing. I'll just connect the dots together, and also I'll add my stitch allowance for folding my long sleeve. So another tricky part about cutting sleeve is how to put your folding allowance, which is important, because if you don't know if you don't place it well, you will not be able to fold it to be shorter at the end of the day. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. If you've watched to the point of this video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video to help me a lot. So while drafting this short sleeve, I'm going to show you why it is important you cut, like you slant your hand like that while cutting your stitch, your folding allowance for your for your sleeve. So just like we did for our long sleeve, you go down by 5 for your bicep, you go down by 5. Then it's a short sleeve actually, so getting my sleeve length is going to be easy. So I'll just go down by 7 for my sleeve length because it's a short sleeve. So this is optional, you can go down by 10, depends on how long or how short you want your sleeve to be. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to make a very short sleeve, 7 inch long. So I'm just going to roll it out like this. That's all we need for our drafting of a short sleeve. And also don't forget to add stitch allowance. So now I'm going to show you how, again, how to draft that armhole curve, just so you get it right, in case you miss anything or I did not explain it much while drafting the long sleeve. And also I'll show you how to put your sleeve, like while turning up your sleeve measurement, like while turning in your sleeve, while folding it. I'm going to show you how you are supposed to cut that stitch. So remember, you go in by 3. The only why you need this is just to get where to place your 2.5. That's why you are going in by 3. You really do not have to do that. Just to get that point, you are going to place your 2.5. That is your bicep divided by 2. Mine is 5. Divided by 2 is 2.5. So I'm just going to curve it like this. If you are doing it for the first time, if you practice 3-4 times, you'll be able to do just as good as myself. Then I'll stop at that place I got my stitch allowance for my bicep. So now I'm going to connect the dot and also put my folding allowance for my sleeve. Then I'll show you how to put it, because this is a bit tricky. Unlike skirt that you just make everything equal, if you do this for a sleeve, you are going to regret it, sorry to say, because you will not be able to fold it. It's going to be shorter than your sleeve. Your stitch allowance, that your folding allowance, is going to be shorter than your sleeve. So my stitch allowance is just 1 inch. So I'm going to slant it outside like this. That's just the magic. You slant it outside, not inside. You are going to push your hand outside, just like you see me doing in the video. Please, if you watch to the end of this video, please do well to subscribe. Please, the new account, do well to subscribe and like this video. If you slant it inside like this, it will be too short at the end of the day. To not rhyme with the sleeve, I'm going to fold it up so that you see what I'm trying to say. If I fold it up, you will see that that edge, that sharp edge, is rhyming with my sleeve. It's not outside, like it's not longer than my sleeve. I don't have to trim anything, it's just the same length with my sleeve. That's the magic. That's why you have to slant it outside. Now imagine I slant it inside. It's going to be shorter than my sleeve. That's just basically, that's just the whole magic there. Now I'm trying to confirm my armhole curve. You always have to do that. You should confirm your armhole curve. So I got 8 after doing that, and also I still have my stitch allowance. So thank you so much for watching. Please do well to subscribe and like this video. God bless you. Do have a great day.